Excuse me. God, man, I fucking hate allergies. Like, for you people that actually don't get allergies, y'all are fucking lucky, man. This is horrible. Anyway, so what my plan was today was, I mean, I'll have a little bit of a dueling showcase at the end of this, but what I wanted to do was what some people tend to do. They talk about what's going on with Konami and the trading card game, and like what's happened most recently. So I thought that I might go ahead and do an update of what I know has already happened, and that's if you go to the Konami website, they've got a list of articles and everything, right? You have to go to select category what's new, and then you have to refresh it. So the first article that they started this week was what actually kicked it off, and that was the new age of vampires. So this is what really was the first article that started talking about Shadow Specters and what you might see in Shadow Specters. So the first one is referring to it's really focused more around Vampire Duke and Shadow Vampire. I mean, they also talk about Crimson Knight Vampire Bram, which is not what his name is in the YGO Pro game, but Vampire Duke's not even in the YGO Pro database, which is quite odd and quite unfair, to be honest, because Vampire Duke is so freaking good. I mean, it really is. And so let me just go ahead and go through essentially what it's talking about. So we all know that way long ago, apparently back in 2003, Dark Crisis came out. So if you don't remember what the Dark Crisis booster pack was like, pretty much it had Reflect Bounder, it had Exodia Necros, it had Vampire Lord, obviously. And honestly, I can't remember anything else out of it. I mean, it had Kaiser Glider, if I'm not mistaken, and other random shit like that, right? So it was a long, long time ago. But it turns out that you can still use Vampire Lord along with Shadow Vampire like I was using in my old Vampire deck in order to make rank 5s. Now, they said that, but times were different back then. Monsters with 2,000 attack were tough to destroy in battle, and duelist decks were packed with spell and trap cards like Raigeki and Sakuretsu Armor that were powerless against Vampire Lord. Wait, what? Oh, right, because Vampire Lord comes back, yeah. Vampire Lord slowly faded out of popularity as its effect became less relevant against the most popular cards that duelists use, or the most popular cards. Yeah, so I mean, now obviously they have like Dimensional Prison and stuff that sends it back to the hand, like Compulse. So it really doesn't help running a Vampire Lord anymore. So before I get into Vampire Duke, let me just talk about Shadow Vampire. So you already know his effect if you watch my my zombie vampire videos. Pretty much as soon as he's normal summoned, you get a special summon one Dark Vampire. Hold on, it actually says what his effect is. Okay, no, not really. Oh, well, yes, special summon a Dark Vampire monster from your hand or deck. I always choose my deck because it's, I mean, if I can help it, I choose my deck because I don't want to lose hand advantage. Other than Shadow Vampire, so what I used to always do was I either summon Vampire Grace to use her effect while Vampire Kingdom is on the field, or I would summon Vampire Lord, so that way I can go into rank 5. But now that Vampire Duke is out, instead of summoning Vampire Lord, I might want to just summon Vampire Duke, because when Vampire Duke hits the field, then you get to use his effect of when it's special summoned, you can force your opponent to send a monster, spell, or trap card from his or her deck to his or her graveyard. Which means that as soon as he is special summoned, immediately Vampire Kingdom's effect goes off. It's not even like Vampire Grace, where you have to activate the effect. It's a trigger effect. It's triggered to his summoning. So it's not an ignition effect. You don't have to activate it. It will activate. So, well, I mean, it'll ask if you want to activate it as soon as it's summoned. But that's still considered a trigger effect, so yeah. Anyway, so it's really good because not only do you get the same effect as if a Vampire Grace hit the field, but you also get to perform a rank 5 summoning. So, Vampire Grace is still good, don't get me wrong, because she can make rank 6s. Also, you can tune with Plague Spreader Zombie to make level 8s. But just as a keep in the back of your mind that Vampire Duke is a very, very good card to go for. Also, if Vampire Duke is normal summoned, just like Shadow Vampire, he gets to special summon a Dark Vampire, or a Dark Vampire, right? Yeah, a Dark Vampire as well, except instead of from the deck, it's from the graveyard. So, say for instance you had already used a Shadow Vampire from before. Now when you summon Vampire Duke and that Shadow Vampire that's in the grave, well, it gets to come back. So, and actually both of them, well, no. Only Vampire Duke gets to attack, because the monster that's special summoned by Vampire Duke's effect is actually summoned in defense mode. So, what I would do is maybe attack with Vampire Duke and then overlay into a rank 5. But if you overlay into a rank 5, it has to be a dark rank 5. So like Vampire Bram or Adrius. So just keep that in mind. I don't think that you can do Volcasaurus with this, because I think Volcasaurus is fire. I don't know why I'm saying I think. I can just check it out right now. But yeah, anyway. So that's pretty much the first thing of the vampires. Oh, also, while we're on the note of rank 5s, Crimson Knight Vampire Bram is actually quite good, and I didn't realize this. So, once per turn, you can attach an XYZ material monster, or XYZ material from Bram, and special summon a monster from your opponent's graveyard. So sometimes that's good. Say, for instance, you were able to put Blackluster Soldier into the graveyard after it's already been properly summoned. Then you can summon it to your side of the field and get to keep it. That's pretty good. But really, his best effect is the fact that not only does he get up to 3,000 when Vampire Kingdom is on the field, but if he's destroyed by battle or by card effect, during your next standby phase, you get a special summon him. No, during the next standby phase, you get a special summon him to your side of the field. Now, he doesn't have any XYZ materials, that's fine, but using Gaia Dragon the Thunder Charger, you can overlay on top of him. He becomes a 2600 beat stick and can inflict piercing damage, which is pretty freaking amazing. So, yeah. Okay, so that was the first vampire article. And then they started alternating between vampires and Noble Knights. So some of you people are true Noble Knight fans, and that's to be expected. Noble Knights, I think, are going to be a really good deck. We've already seen what 2 of the 5 cards are going to be for Noble Knights. And I started sort of started making a somewhat of a template for Noble Knights, because I think that they might be really good if they've got the support that they've got coming out, and if you add some of the support that we already know of. So, for instance, in the OCG we have Raiden, the Lightsworn Assailant. So pretty much he's a level 4 tuner, and he is a light, and he is a warrior, which fits in perfectly with the archetype of light level 4 warriors for the Noble Knights. So that's really good. Also, I've got stuff like Hidden Armory, which makes you sacrifice your normal summon, but with Photon Lead, you don't need that. And essentially, Gaiwin, or however you pronounce his name, if there's a light normal monster on your field, for instance, Artorgus, obviously, or Mordred before he has an equip card to him, then you get to special summon him, which means that you could have special summoned the first monster with Photon Lead, special summoned him with his own effect, and make a rank 4 or whatever. Doesn't freaking matter. So that's pretty good. And also, really the only other thing, I'm not going to go through the Noble Arms cards, because there is a 5th Noble Arms card that's supposed to be coming out, and I want to see what that has to offer before I make any predictions about what you should use in terms of Noble Arms in this deck. There's also Pinpoint Guard, a very expensive card, but when your opponent declares an attack, you can target 1 level 4 or lower monster in your graveyard. Special summon in face-up defense, it cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effects this turn. That's pretty freaking good, because you essentially set yourself up for your next turn to make a rank whatever, an XYZ monster, or a Synchro monster. So that's really good. You could summon back the tuner, Raiden, or whatever. Doesn't really matter. But the main thing that I wanted to go over with you is the fact that there's a new Noble Knight that came out. Or it hasn't come out. The information has been leaked about him, and that is Noble Knight Boars. And this guy, you definitely want to run 3 of him. He is extremely good. He's another one of those. He's a normal monster until you equip a Noble Arms to him, essentially. And he can also, just like Mordred, he can become a level 5 Dark Monster. So that means you can make some rank 5s with him. But the main thing is, during your main phase, you can reveal 3 Noble Arm cards from your deck, and then your opponent randomly adds 1 of them to your hand, send the rest to the graveyard. So, they randomly add 1 to your hand. It doesn't really matter which one you add, because they're all pretty good. And the ones that get sent to the graveyard, where there's another spell card, it's called Swords at Dawn, that allows you to benefit from having equipped cards in the graveyard, essentially. So, yeah. So he's really good because it helps speed through getting the equipped cards to your hand. Also, there are lots of combos that can happen. For instance, if you summon Mordred, and then I know his name isn't technically Mordred, but if you look up in, if you look up in the interesting tips or hints or whatever it's called, all of these guys are obviously based off of the Knights of the Round Table, if you couldn't guess already, or Torgus. This guy right here, that's King Arthur. I mean, that's King Arthur before he became king. Argetor is king of the Noble Knights. That's King Arthur when he became king. So, yeah. Arthur Pendragon. Anyway, so yeah, Medrot, whatever his name is Mordred from the Knights of the Round Table. Bors is Boris, the younger from Knights of the Round Table. Dristan is Tristan from Knights of the Round Table. And I don't know about Gawain. So, fuck him. Who cares? Anyway, so the idea is Mordred is he's a normal monster once he hits the field, so obviously if you normal summon him, you can special summon Gawain. But if you equip Noble Arms to him, you can then... Oh shit, what is his effect? You can do something with... well, here he is, right here. So this card will do once per turn. If you control no other monsters, you can special summon 1 Noble Knight monster from your deck in face-up defense position. Except Noble Knight Mordred. And if you do, destroy 1 equipped card that you control. So what you could do, normal summon him, equip a Noble Arms to him, destroy the Noble Arms to special summon Bors from your deck, and then use Bors' effect, add that equipped card to your hand. Then you can special summon Gawain, because right now Mordred is looking as if he's a normal monster. Then you can equip the spell card to... oh wait, no. You actually have to equip the spell card to Bors before you get his effect. So then you would equip it to Bors, then you get his effect, and then you can attach that other Noble Arms card to any either Mordred to make him a level 5 again, or because both Mordred and Bors would be a level 5 at that point. So, or you can keep Mordred as a level 4, and Gawain and Mordred are level 4, so you can go to a rank 4 or a rank 5. Either one, it doesn't freaking matter. So, needless to say, Noble Knight Bors is going to be pretty good, because he's going to help speed up the deck a little bit. There's also this card called Swords at Dawn, so essentially you target 1 equipped spell in your graveyard and 1 appropriate monster on the field. Equip the equipped spell to that monster. Destroy that equipped spell during the end phase. But here's the thing, right? Whenever a Noble Arms is destroyed while it was attached to a Noble Knight's monster, then it just comes right back and equips to another Noble Knight monster. Or maybe it's even a Warrior monster. I'm not even sure. It might be just a... Yeah, you can target 1 Warrior type Noble... okay. You can target 1 Noble Knight... Yeah, okay. So it does have to be a Warrior and a Noble Knight. So whatever. Which kind of sucks, but that's alright. So you get to be able to bring it back, obviously. But the idea is being able to play it from your grave. But unfortunately, if you activate this card... Excuse me, you cannot special summon for the rest of the turn, so you can't obviously special summon the same turn you activate Swords at Dawn, which means you have to wait a turn. Which means that you might want to equip, if you equip anything, Swords of or Noble Arms of Destiny, because it keeps the Noble Knight monster from being destroyed by battle or by card effect for once per turn. So yeah, which is pretty good. And then there's also Noble Knight Dristan. I'm not going to really talk about him because he's available to look at any point. Let me see. Okay, and then we've also got... That's... okay, the Diabolical Vampire Sorcerer. So this was just the article talking about Vampire Sorcerer. Not that big of a deal. I mean, if you've watched any of my other Vampire videos, I've already talked about Vampire Sorcerer. He is the Searcher, essentially. If he's destroyed by battle or destroyed by card effect by your opponent, then you get a search for either a Dark Vampire monster, so Vampire Duke, Shadow Vampire, Vampire Grace, Vampire Lord, Vampire Dragon, or you can search for a spell or trap. Excuse me. So you got Vampire Kingdom, or you have Vampire Takeover. Either one, you can search for them. Honestly, go for Vampire Kingdom, because Vampire Takeover brings you a Vampire Kingdom, but you might as well just go straight for the Vampire Kingdom, cut out the middleman, right? So yeah. Anyway, also it was released as like a preview card, the preview debut, whatever you want to call it, in the Judgment of Light Deluxe Edition. It was a super rare, and I think that was the only super rare that was. I can't remember if there was another super rare in the Deluxe Edition or not, but needless to say, it's really good, obviously. Also, Vampire Takeover is really good because you get special summon. When you activate it, you have to control at least one zombie type monster face up. And only zombie type monsters if you control more than one zombie. Or more than one monster, rather. And then also you have to have a clear field spell card zone, which means nothing's there. Your opponent can have a field spell card on the field, but you can't. Then you activate it so it brings a Vampire Kingdom from your deck immediately to the field. Not even to your hand, to the field, which is extremely good. Why am I still in this? Yeah, to the field. And then you get a special summon one Dark Vampire monster from your graveyard in face-up defense position. So, what could you bring? Well, if Vampire Duke is in the graveyard, you special summon Vampire Duke, because Vampire Kingdom is now on the field. When you activate Vampire Duke's effect, sending a card from your opponent's deck to the grave, immediately Vampire Kingdom's effect goes off, destroy one card on your opponent's side of the field. Hallelujah. Now, he's only got 0 defense, so he might get destroyed. So you might want to target a monster when you do that, so that way you increase the chances of him living, because it does have to be in face of defense. But still. Yeah, or you can target a Vampire Sorcerer, which is what I do a lot of times, mainly because Vampire Duke isn't even a fucking card. When you look up Duke, all you get is this shit. Like, what the fuck? Are you kidding me? Anyway. So yeah, Vampire Sorcerer, because it's got 1500 defense, plus he gets an effect if it's destroyed by your opponent, which is good. So yeah, that was pretty much all for this. And then, the last article that they have posted, because let me check real quickly, I don't think that they posted anything else. You have to hit refresh every so often. Like, I'd say around 4 o'clock this afternoon, today's October 18th, you might want to hit refresh on this screen, and then it'll actually take you to the next article. So this is the Lady of the Lake. They told you, if you've been keeping up to date with the Noble Knights, they told you that there was going to be a card based around Lady of the Lake. And behold, here it is. So, she's an Aqua. She's not a warrior. So, take out Solidarity if you're running Solidarity before, because she's not a warrior. She's a level 1 tuner. Pretty much that's it. The main idea is the fact that she has 2 effects. First one is, she can only be, the condition is that she can only be used as in the synchro summon of a warrior type monster, so that already limits you. Obviously, she'd be quite broken if they didn't limit you to that. You could make Cataster and a whole bunch of other good level 5 stuff, I suppose. Naturia, well, no, you can't use Naturia Beast, but you get the idea. So the idea, man, I use idea a lot, don't I? But anyway, so the idea is, you have 2 effects that you get. One of them is when she's normal summoned, and one of them is if she's in the graveyard. So you might want to throw in a Foolish Burial into a Noble Knight's deck to send her to the grave, because she can special summon herself from the graveyard. But her first effect is, when this card is normal summoned, you target one Noble Knight normal monster in your graveyard. Special summon that target. What's the only Noble Knight normal monster that we know of? Noble Knight Artorigus. So, yeah, you have to essentially have him in the grave. You might want to run a Rescue Rabbit, but I don't, because there's only 3 of him. Essentially, if you draw into 2 Artoriguses before you draw into Rescue Rabbit, then Rescue Rabbit's dead, pretty much. So, yeah. Anyway, so, yeah, you can do that, and then immediately make a level 5 Synchro monster, like X-Saber Wayne, or Wayne? Yeah, Wayne. And also Scarred Warrior. So that's an option. Kind of boring. The main effect that I really like about her is the fact that If this card is in your graveyard, you can target one level 5 Noble Knight monster you control. Reduce its level by 1, and if you do, special summon this card from the graveyard, which means another level 5 warrior type monster. But here's the thing. You could have 2 of these level 5 guys, right? You could have a Mordred and a Boars at level 5, because remember, that's what we had before when we had Gawain, Boars, and Mordred. We had a level 4, a potential level 5. He was at level 4, but we had another Noble Arms in our hand, so we could have equipped it, made him a level 5. So what you could do is have these 2 level 5s and the level 4 Gawain, make hit a Mordred level 4, bring out Lady of the Lake, then you've got a level 5, a level 4, a level 4, and a level 1. So what can you do? You can make a level 6, you can make a level 9 Mistworm, you can make a level 10. I don't know what level 10 you would make. I guess maybe an Ally of Justice. Ally of Justice. Shit, what the hell is his that level 10 guy that's got like 3,300? Ally of Justice Decisive Armor. So you can make him level 10, and maybe some other stuff that I'm obviously missing, but yeah. Needless to say, she's quite good, but if she's used up in the Synchro Summon for, well, the only Synchro Summon she can make, Warriors, then she is banished. Damn, that was short-lived. No, not really, because here's the thing. It's called Imperial Iron Wall. Cards cannot be removed from play. So, yeah, she goes to the graveyard instead, which means that you can Special Summon her again, make another Synchro, Special Summon her again, make another Synchro. Keep on doing that, because cards can't be removed from play. So, yeah, that's pretty good. It's a lot better, in my opinion, than DDR, because she Special Summons her fucking self. It doesn't say once per turn. No, it does not. I swear to God it doesn't. Let me check. Yeah, it doesn't say once per turn, so you can keep on doing it. Also, she has 1,800 defense, if you were interested. Yeah. But, yeah, it doesn't say once per turn, and she Special Summons herself. She's sort of like a glow-up bulb for Noble Knights, because she's a level 1 tuner that Special Summons herself from the graveyard. Except, glow-up bulb was once per duel. She is unlimited. So, yeah, that's quite good, combined with Imperial Iron Wall. So, yeah. But definitely want to Foolish her if you Foolish any of your monsters in this deck, because it'd be foolish not to. Ha ha ha, I am so funny. But, yeah, that's pretty much it. And let me go ahead and just show you a quick couple of duels. Well, actually, first let me show you Lava Quasar. So, I was testing this out against Heralds, right? What's my time at? Oh my gosh, I better make this fast. So, I was testing this out against Heralds because I lost to Heralds like 2 times, and I found out what I needed to side in. So, I decided that what I would side in is, first of all, Light and Prism Mirror is good as fuck. Like, holy shit, Light and Prism Mirror is so freaking good. So you take out this, you put in these. Okay, this stops your Herald of Perfections, your Tetheuses, your Hyperions. This stops your hand traps. Now, technically, this also stops if you don't have a Light and Prism Mirror yet and you need to stop Perfection. This will stop Perfection, and Perfection can't chain to this because it's a counter trap. But the main reason why I'm not running Debunk, which is also an extremely good card, it's so good that it's $10, which kind of sucks. So negate the activation of an effect monster's effect that activates in the hand or graveyard. Hand traps galore, Necrogardna, and any other monster that activates in the graveyard, of course. I can't really think of any, but yeah. Stops Light Pulsar from activating in the graveyard, I suppose. Yeah, anything like that. So this is what you want to run, essentially. You only want to run Summon Limit. I was thinking about running 3 Imperial Iron Walls, but Imperial Iron Wall is pretty goddamn expensive right now. You could run 3 Summon Limits to try to slow down Dragoonides, because Dragoonides do a lot of summoning, so that stops Dragoonides. Leviathan is just for anything like a Quasar that can't be stopped by anything else, because card effects cannot be activated in response to this card, so it's quite good. So let me go ahead and show you how to stop a Herald of Perfection deck. They are very good, no freaking doubt. I know because I've just been using Heralds, and Herald's beat Junk Doppel, Herald's Rape. I don't even remember what the guy was using. But needless to say, I've got every single possible thing that you can think of to side in against any other possible deck. Like Mermails, Dragon Rulers, everything. I know how to stop them. So, Herald versus Quasar number 1. Quasar beats Herald's. I can't even remember which one came first. And stop those damn card effects. Okay, so... oh yeah, this is when my friend was running Royal Decree, so let me actually back out, because that's when he was trying to stop my stuff. And I was like, nope, I'm not going to have any of that. So yeah, here we go. This is back when he was running his... I actually remade his Herald deck into a better form, and I'm going to share it with him soon, but yeah, I'm really good at being able to make decks better, so yeah. First things first, activate Molten Conduction Field, because that's what you're supposed to do. Oh, that faggot! Goddamn Herald of Green Light. Yeah, so... God damn it. Oh well. So I've got Lava Miller if he decides to attack, and I've got Light Imprisoned Mirror. So he summons that. I'm like, bitch, please. He tries to activate it, and then I negate it. Summon card D, activates. Very nice. And then, I mean, if he wants to attack, he can, but... I mean, seriously? Nothing. Nothing, my friend. So go ahead, activate 1 day peace. Draw, discard the Lava Miller. There's the debunk. So I was running debunk, but this is back when I didn't realize how fucking expensive it was. So I activate it. He tries to activate Perfection's effect, and then he didn't realize that Light Imprisoned Mirror negated it. Technically, he could activate Perfection's effect again to negate the effect that negated its effect. But the thing is, he would have to discard another fairy, and then Light Imprisoned Mirror would just negate it again, because it's continuous. So, yeah. So go ahead, send all of those fuckers to the grave. Same old deal every single freaking time. And what I wanted to do was set... oh, no, I actually have 2 rekindlings, so it doesn't freaking matter. He couldn't even activate Green Light's effect, so it doesn't fucking matter. So, yeah, Light Imprisoned Mirror saved me this game. Didn't even have to activate Debunk, because he wasted his entire hand by trying to activate Perfection when it doesn't work. So, yeah. Summoned Quasar, and he just was like, fuck! Which is the appropriate response when you're facing down a Quasar. So, yeah. Okay, and then this was the next game. He's like, well, I'm going to take care of that shit that you have, man. I'm going to put in a Royal Decree and shit. Wow, that Royal Decree did not last very long. That's for goddamn sure. So, yep, pretty much I thought he set it down already. Okay, maybe not. But as soon as he sets down his Royal Decree, I actually end up MSTing it. So, it worked out really well. I really liked what I was able to do with this deck and whatnot, so it was pretty good. So he could have summoned a Black Rose if he wanted to, but I mean, I don't know why he would have wanted to, but I'm just saying he can. So I've got another Light Imprisoned Mirror, which is perfect. Go ahead and try to summon that thing if you want. Oh shit, that sucks for you. Yeah, you're not going to be able to do anything with it. And he didn't realize that I played a 1 day piece. So now I can Dark Hole. So yeah, get rid of all that shit. And go ahead and summon everything, because he can't do a damn thing about it. So, yep. Special summon. Do that. Draw 2 cards. Activate Lava Vow Dragon's effect. Oh yeah, so I can't draw 2 cards. Here's the reason why. Formless Synchron. Oh shit! Quasar's a light monster. On the field or... oh, damn. Okay, actually, I wouldn't be able to activate Quasar's effect either, which kind of sucks. I didn't even realize that. But that's the reason why this is a side deck. So, a side deck card. Because as long as I get to activate Lava Vow Dragon's effect, it's alright, I suppose. But, yeah. Anyway. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I can't think of anything else to explain. It was kind of a long video, sorry about that. But I really wanted to go over what Konami has been coming out with here lately. So, next week, after I see a lot more stuff that's been added for Noble Knights and for Vampires, then I'll come out with another video that's similar to this. So, thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in, I'll talk to y'all later, and goodbye.